Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan with Senior E-Bike Nation. I'm going to do a kind of a safety video for seniors, fear of seniors riding their e-bikes, things of that nature. So, yeah, let's give it a go. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan with Senior E-Bike Nation. Today I want to talk about why seniors are really scared or afraid to ride e-bikes. I mean, there's several different reasons that they are, but there's some obvious things that seniors need to know, that you can ride an e-bike safely. You can get out and enjoy the outside. You're going to get a lot of exercise, and you're certainly going to enjoy other people that you ride with, and again, all the scenery. I've been riding now for about 2 years on my e-bikes, and with my e-bike channel, I really try to promote seniors to get out and ride and enjoy the outdoors instead of just sitting at home and letting your life waste away after you're retired. And this can go for younger folks as well. But let me read this quick article to you here about data collected by the U.S. Department of Transportation. The number of people aged 60 and over riding electric bikes is growing the fastest. With longer lifespans and an aging society, more and more elderly people are paying attention to their health and hoping to maintain their physical health through cycling and other means. However, elderly people often lack riding experience and are prone to feeling scared and uneasy, particularly when it comes to adult electric bikes. Some survey data shows that the safety and stability of riding an electric bike are a concern for elderly people, which is also one of the important reasons for the fear of riding. Therefore, measures need to be taken to address the fear of riding among the elderly in order to promote their healthy activities and improve their quality of life. That's a little article that I picked up that talked about our age group, especially anybody 60 and over. That is the fastest growing e-bike community that there is. So I think it's very important that don't be afraid to get out and ride. But you know, it's somewhat of a learning curve, but once you learn how to ride a bicycle, it's the same on e-bikes. You just got to figure out the balance of the bike. And once you learn everything about pedal assist and throttle and some of the main things that you need to know about an e-bike before you get out and ride, our first and foremost point is going to be safety. So, as I mentioned, don't be afraid to do this. The article went on to say, riding can bring multiple benefits such as improving physical health, enhancing mood, expanding social circles, etc., all of which can improve the quality of life for the elderly. Overcoming the fear of cycling can make the elderly more competent and independent, enabling them to complete daily activities. And then it goes on to say, independently and better control of their lives. At the same time, cycling is a great outdoor activity that allows the elderly to enjoy the beauty of nature while also relaxing their body and mind. And I don't want to know how to stress enough how important that, you know, when it talks about your mind as well. It really uplifts your spirit. It makes you sharper as far as situational awareness, keeping your head on a swivel, and you instinctively know how to, like I say, ride a bike, but you also need to learn just a few things that can make it a healthier and a safer ride for you as well. With the continuous advancement of urbanization, traffic pressure is surging. If the elderly can use cycling as a means of transportation, they can reduce their reliance on public transportation, avoid crowded traffic scenes. And you also got to find a place that's safe for you to ride. There's a lot of places like parks, bike trails, things of that nature that, and even riding downtown, most cities now have bike lanes designated for riding around the city, and that's very important. that a lot of you folks can get out there and just enjoy yourself. But it also, you have to just really look at your body's needs carefully. As we age, our flexibility decreases regardless of how healthy our bodies are. Many manufacturers, like bike companies, offer electric bikes designed specifically for women, seniors, and those with disabilities. And there again, that's what my bike channel is all about. If you're fitting your leg onto an electric bike frame proves to be challenging, then looking for a step-through electric bike like I have with the Cyrusher Komodo, the Cyrusher Ovia. Those are both step-through bikes. And I also have a Blix Soul Eclipse that is also a step-through. And then, of course, the newest bike I got was the Magnum. It's also a great step-through cruiser bike, but those are 26-inch bikes. And you got to really find an accessible riding location. Riding electric bike does require a few hours of healthy, stress-free outdoor sports activity that allows you to enjoy the scenery and company of friends. Take some time and find an easy way to places to ride where you feel safe. Local parks, as I mentioned, are a very good place to go. Bike lanes, with the way the cities have designed those. Riversides or beaches, another good area. I'm not too familiar with the South so much, or along the West Coast, but with all the beaches, I know most of those now have bike trails along those, which makes it very good to ride. Neighborhood roads have less traffic and a quieter environment, and seniors can ride within the neighborhood while interacting with their neighbors. You also got to consider country paths, like roads that are not ridden very much, with cars not so much on them. That would be a good place to start. And just to get out and enjoy the beauty of what God has supplied for us. And, and clothing is important. You don't want to wear real loose clothing because you don't want your pants to get caught up in your, down in your derailleur or your sprocket. The chain is, that's something you got to be real careful of. But you can wear sportswear. It can provide ample space for movement, which can also help with flexibility and comfort while riding. Always, 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 and I don't know how to stress this, wear a helmet. I couldn't tell you how many times I'm on a bike trail where there's people, some my age, some 70, some 60, but most of them in their 30s and their 40s are not wearing helmets. They think they're just immune to falling. I can tell you by personal account, I have fell twice on the bike trail, landing on my head over my bike, not an e-bike, but a 10-speed. And if it would not have been for my helmet, I would have been probably in the hospital. Could have been for a very dangerous situation. So luckily, when I landed on my head, I landed right on my helmet. All it did was hurt my ego a little bit and my pride because I scratched my bike up and broke my mirror. But those are just the less of two evils. So you want to wear loose-fitting clothes. It only provides comfort, but it also helps with flexibility to deal with different road conditions. Always wear bright colored clothes. I mean, I wear a construction smock. That's a orange one, I believe, or a yellow one. And I wear that when I'm riding on the road most times because it really sets you apart that people can see you. And I also think it's very important that you wear clothing that, of course, again, is very reflective. Helmets need to have lights on them if you can purchase one. I've got a couple links in my description box about a company that I ride their helmet all the time called Nito, X-N-I-T-O. It's in the description box. It is crash tested at about 28 miles per hour, which most bikes are not. Helmets, shall I say. So you got to keep that stuff in mind when you go to purchase helmets. Make sure, don't buy the cheapest thing on a social media place or Amazon because you're not going to be happy with what you bought. But when you first start riding out, your best thing you need to look at is staying healthy as you age. The benefits of regular riding an electric bike include weight loss and prevention of serious illnesses such as stroke and heart disease. Riding an electric bike also has low impact, making an important favor in keeping the body active if you have arthritis in your lower joints especially. Now, as I mentioned about my knees are pretty much shot myself. I mean, I got bone on both knees, but I'm avoiding surgery as long as I can, and I'll tell you, e-bikes have absolutely changed my knees dramatically. So I'm building so much muscle around my knees, I don't have any problem walking as much as I used to, because the e-bikes have built muscle around my knees. And last year alone, I think I put almost 2,800 miles on a bike. That's a lot of riding. But I also want you to let you know that it's very important to get out and stay active. Find you some riding groups if you want to. I think that's important. But don't be afraid to get out and ride an e-bike just because it's motorized. Most bike paths are restricted to 20 miles per hour, and most e-bikes have restrictors on them, so you can't go too much faster than that. I have bikes that go 28 to 33 miles an hour, but I don't ride in those speeds with other people on the trail. I think that's very important that you take that into consideration. But as far as safety, you always want to use your hand signals when you're turning, rather sticking your arms out left or right, which way you're going, if you can still control your bike okay. And then sometimes you'll want to let the driver behind you in a car know that you're slowing down. Sometimes they kind of know what them hand signals are. But yeah, don't be afraid to get out and ride these things. I want you guys to enjoy your retirement years as you age, and it's a great way of transportation to the grocery store, run errands in. You have no insurance, you have no proof of insurance you have to have on the bike, or registrations, and gasoline. It's huge cost savings when you're riding an e-bike. I noticed last year on a study that 800,000 e-bikes were sold in the United States alone last year. That is double what it was in 2021. So they outsold cars, electric cars, by over 200,000 vehicles. 800,000 e-bikes to 600,000 electric cars. That's the latest study I've seen. That may have changed, but I do know that the bike groups and the biking community, shall I say, is growing and just dramatically. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about a little bit today. But you seniors, if you feel safe enough to get out there and try it, it's changed my life. I'm telling you, I enjoy helping seniors understand the safety of e-bikes. I hope you guys really enjoy the content that I put out there. But yeah, it's e-bikes are not for everybody, but if you can see your doctor first. Always see your physician or doctor before you take on an exercise regimen like e-biking, because you need to make sure that your balance is there and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up right now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Share and like. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification for any future videos coming out. And I will see you on the next video.